For those who are on my Patreon, you know why I am not on YouTube. You know why I removed a bunch of the videos from my channel. Just because I removed them does not mean I deleted them. Now, I returned today to YouTube because one of my homeboys sends me a link showcasing someone without any authorization from me, right? Running around and proclaiming that they too are creating mana, specifically Mzansi mana. This is unacceptable. This is completely unacceptable. First of all, Mzansi mana. Sure, it's spelled differently with one A, but at the end of the day, let's not beat around the bush. Let's not lie. I am the one who created mana. I am the one who coined the term. I am the one who gave the definition that mana is manga produced in the Americanized West, and there is the video evidence of it created 1 year ago.
Now, welcome everybody. Yes, today we are going to be talking about Koffie comics, and if you are coming and you want to hear some sort of hate or some sort of whatever, that's not what I'm going to be doing here. I'm not here to talk down to Koffie comics in the sense of just being like, oh, he's a bad guy. If you want to see that, go somewhere else. We're going to be talking about his latest video, as you guys can see here, the ultra aggressive rant. Some nigga corrupts my mana movement. Now, obviously, I have had my videos in the past regarding the Koffie comics, and I think that that's something that is still stands in some certain ways. But I don't have that kind of energy. Even when I've talked to Koffie himself, I've told him, like, hey, I did all that, how I felt about you. Now I'm just purely here about the game. Now, I am a part of the manga industry. As you guys know, I have Lunbento. I run my company. I have other mangaka underneath Lunbento as well. And we've put out stories and stuff like that. And while we're not crazy, but we are in the indie space, same as Koffie Comics, same as Ansel Go, same as Saturday M, same as Shrine and Pulse Comics. If I don't know if they still exist, I don't know what's happening with them, but like we exist in the space alongside all these other people, and I have to look at this and I have to literally call certain things out. First off, Koffie says, "Hey, mana is manga," but the crazy part is, I remember seeing a video by Koffie where it says, "F manga, we're here to draw mana," and it's like you're not even paying a respect to it. It'd literally be like Eminem saying "F rap," we're doing dap out here or whatever, and he was doing. I just don't think that's the correct way to go. Now, Koffie owns a business. He has started something called Koffie Originals, which cool. Props to him. I literally do hope that works out for him. I know he made a video that is taken down, not taken down, but he probably put it in private, where he had somebody he was working with, and then that whole thing fell through. And it's like that's a part of the game. Being a leader in any right is a part of the game, and having people drop off and continue, even if you invest a lot of time in them, happens. I myself have let go of 3 different people during Lunbento's whole run, where it just didn't work out, and to this day I'm still in contact with at least 2 of them, and that's something that I can attest to. Not everything has to end on bad terms. Not everything has to be visceral. And Koffie has gone on record saying that he's going to eviscerate people's career and do these things. And I just don't think that's a good look for your brand and or the people who are following your brand. Like Koffie has, I think he said he has like 6 projects underneath him. And that's a really amazing thing. Like having that amount of people under you, because we ourselves, including myself, we have 6 people underneath Lunbento that are producing and creating stories. And it's an amazing thing when you get people to follow you like that and to show out like this and create this kind of video. And we're going to watch some more clips of it. It's honestly just crazy, because in this video, like I said, you guys can go watch it. It's just Koffie going off, man. He's going off. Like, this is the first time I think I've ever heard him cuss or do anything. And someone showed me this video on the side and was like, "Hey, check this out." Watched it and was like, wow, never heard Koffie sound like this, be like this. And I hope that Koffie has some friends around him who can kind of be like, hey, man, I get you're upset. I get that, this thing is going on, but think about your team. Think about the stuff you have going on. Think about your business and your brand. Like I said, this isn't a video with me attacking him, telling him, oh, this is this, because I've done that before. And it's the same thing with me. Like, it's not a good look for the people who follow me or who are on my team. It's not something that I want to do. I don't really care to do that as much anymore. I mean, I'll do it if I'm talking about manga and I'm really get passionate, because I've definitely done that. But where Koffie is concerned, I hope someone like Seiji or someone else within that realm who Koffie has respect for, either Wavy, Seiji, or somebody. Oh, somebody can come to him and be like, hey man, I wouldn't go this route, because the Frederick thing just happened with either he sent somebody to go do something with Frederick, or somebody who knows him, because he has the video and he uploaded it. Somebody who knows him thought it'd be a good idea to go do that themselves. I don't know what the whole thing is, but it's not a good look on his part, since it ended up on his channel either way. And the big thing is, from a business standpoint, man, like, it's not, it just makes it to where people aren't going to want to work with you. If people are not going to want to work with you any more than they already don't, if you want to say that, based on how you are. And you can't say you don't care, right? This is something where I feel like Koffie can't say, oh, I don't care, I don't care. You have to care, because if people don't want to work with you, people know people. Just like how Frederick was saying, hey, there's people in South Africa, there's cons in South Africa, there's people I know in South Africa. How come he's not doing anything out there? And that still stands true. And while I'm not a fan of how Frederick does things for his company, I don't know the inner workings. I'm not Frederick. I don't know a lot of people around him. I can give Frederick respect in that time of that video, because he was literally somebody at his own booth, his own table, doing his own thing. And so this whole thing just doesn't look good where Koffie is concerned. And yeah, I literally just am baffled by this video. Um and some of these might be out of context. I want to make sure you guys understand anything I'm talking about has to do with this video. I would very much urge you to go watch it for yourself, get your own conclusion. I know you're gonna think, oh, he's an asshole, he's a dick right off the back, but understand where he's coming from. Whereas to him, it feels like someone is taking the name and turning it into something else that he doesn't like. And to that criticism, even mainly because that's what his video is about, I would even say this is the time where you buckle up, Koffie. If you watch this video at all or whatever, someone close to you watches it, or someone watches it, I would sit down, man, and I would really be like, oh, okay, these guys think they're gonna do this thing with Mana. All right, cool. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to show them how to do it. It's the same thing that me and Ralph, my buddy Ralph, are doing. We have our stream, which we're going to be doing later today. It's called Keep It on the Pages, because we want to make sure that even if we talk about drama, even if we talk about any sort of discourse, even if we're just shooting the shit, right? We're literally just keeping it on the pages. We're making sure that people understand this is what we are doing. This is who we are. We are mangaka, we are artists, we are comic artists, whatever anybody wants to call us. We are this. But let's go ahead and watch a little bit more of this. Right?
Title being What to Draw, Manga or Manhwa or Mana. Introduction to Mana. What should Western mangaka draw? And now, 2 weeks, 3 weeks since I disappeared from YouTube, suddenly somebody comes along and decides that, hey, we're going to be creating Zanzi Mana. First of all, who the hell are you, bro? How dare you use that term mana adjacent to Mzansi? I do not subscribe to anything African, South African, none of that bullshit. You can't just hijack my movement like this, right? We're going to be examining the website of this Mzansi Mana. I mean, just saying it sounds like garbage.
So rather than there, right? He's saying it sounds like trash, it sounds like garbage. And I got to look at that and go, don't you want people to be more a part of Mana? Don't you want people to be more a part of it? It's just like, imagine Oda. I was saying this with my team. Imagine Oda or Kubo or someone else who's in the manga industry going, oh, like these Americans are doing manga. And there's probably a Japanese mangaka who does that, who doesn't like manga spreading as much as it is, but it just is the way it goes, you know? So I think he should be happy that someone is doing this if they are doing it based on, you know, knowing who Koffie is and being like, hey, I want to be a part of it, but I want it to kind of mean this, because it's something that he could be proud of and be like, yeah, you know, hey, I'm causing a movement. It may not be the movement that he wants, it may not be in the way that he wants it, but I get it. So, but on the flip side, I do get why he's upset. I get why he's upset in the aspect of, you know, someone's taking this thing that I created, that I made, and doing this. But I just got to look at that side eye and be like, bro, it's such a trivial thing. It really is. You know, just create what you want in terms of mana, and then go from there. But let's continue.
Right? I don't care what stories are there. You should have knocked at my door, bro. I am not going to believe, I cannot believe that you don't know who Koffie Comics is. That's complete horse crap. You know exactly who Koffie Comics is. You know exactly who I am. But you know, my main issue with this whole thing, right, is not that somebody wants to use mana, right, and spread the movement. No, that's not the real problem. There's two problems. Problem number one, you didn't knock at my door. I made this, right? Problem number two is that you niggas on your website detailing what you stand for and whatnot, saying that it's all about community and collaboration. Is this what collaboration looks like? Were you just going to take my term and run with it as if it's your own? You're going to put it right next to this Zanzi bullshit?
So let's talk on this for a second, right? And I think a lot of, and this is where I'm going to kind of end it, because I don't want to get too deep into the video, and I want you guys to be able to go ahead and watch it yourselves. But there is a lot of people in America who look at someone like myself or someone else, because there's a lot of African American people who draw manga, man. It just is what it is. There's a lot of people who look at us and we take the term manga and they kind of get sided. They kind of go, you're not making a manga, you're making a comic. And it's like, no, what I'm making is I'm making a manga because, you know, I Hun, can you bring my book back, please? If you guys look here, like I'm studying, you know, books straight from sorry, you guys see my armpit hair. Apologies about that. But I'm studying books about like straight from Japan, man. Like I'm looking at, you know, these, it's in a living room. I'm looking at these tips and tricks by, you know, this is a really good one, by the way. I'm looking at all these different things, man. Like even these here. You know, shout out to Yoshi Hirota for getting me these, but even these here, you know, these are things that I'm studying. And when appreciate it. And when, you know, when you look at things like this, let me see if I have this other one here. Just pick this up, by the way. Shout out DD Mark. I'm gonna check this out. Actually, I haven't read anything by DD Mark at all. But when you look at certain things, right? Especially reading this, I'm reading this because this is done by the person who helped create Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball would not exist without this person. But you know, when they say that to me and they say, oh, you know, you're creating comics, and then I'm not reading anything by Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, I'm not reading anything by, you know, the linchpins, the big guys of Marvel or DC Comics, it kind of makes me laugh, because I'm like, you guys say this stuff that what I'm creating is this thing, but it's not really what I'm doing. And so I look at this and I just go, man, you have to, like, and I'm speaking to whoever needs to hear this and Koffie. When you are creating a company and you are putting yourself out there, how you react to things, how you engage with things really does matter for your overall business. It matters for your overall self, and it matters for the image and how people are going to talk about you. Because it's like, yes, you could easily sit here and say people are already talking shit about you, they're already talking crap about you. But I think the point is you want people to have a better image and a better understanding as to where you're going and what you're trying to do with your company. Like for Lumbento, for instance, you know, we have Penguinboy, which is a flagship series. it is a manga that I'm using to teach myself how to create better stories and better manga. You know, we have Aku Ronin done by the talented #1 Manga. It was his first one shot where, yes, the art is not the strong suit, but a lot of people stayed because the story was that good. It's the same thing for Rakusen done by Stormrave. You know, we have, and that one is just a really cool like piece about the human and the human mind and how they really change underneath pressure and stuff like it's we have some pretty good works. I would say go check them out, go read them over at linvinto.net. And I really look at Koffie and I think about how we parallel each other, how to me we're both sides of what we could have been. You know what I mean? So I watched this whole video and I'm like, man, that could have been me, you know, creating a company, gathering 6 to 7 to 10 individuals and being this way. But I chose to use honey and I chose to have compassion and empathy for my team. Not that he doesn't. I don't know how Koffie is with his team. He could be very nice, very cordial, but seeing as how we've seen the videos, we've seen how he interacts with people, it doesn't look that way. So I'll end off by saying this, man. Anyone who is affiliated with Koffie, anybody who is around or has access to him, just have a chat with him, pull him to the side, and just say, "Hey, man, you." Because it's really hard to tell somebody who has that mindset just to like, "Hey, focus in on your business, focus in on this." But I would definitely say focus on Koffie Originals, focus on building that the best you can, focus on your presentation, and just continue going that route because that's what's going to make your business way better, way bigger. And that's what's going to make people start to change. Yes, it's going to take a lot of time for people to see you out of how you are. And you definitely would have to apologize to either a lot of people or that, but you're not going to apologize. Me and you've already had that chat. And yeah, if you're willing to chat again, Koffie, if you see this or anybody, I'm willing to talk, man. I'm willing to talk. And it's not on some malicious type stuff either. It's not on some I'm gonna one up you. It's none of that, man. I really just want to have a talk with you about business and just about your comic or your manga Bloody Hell, and really just pick your brain and see what's on your mind, you know. And we could do the exact same thing. We can go back and forth. But other than that, appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate the recent subscribers. Go check out Penguinboy. There are 13 chapters. I just released chapter 13 literally 5 days ago as of the recording of this video. And yeah, appreciate everybody being here, man. And get ready for more content. We got more stuff coming out. Anyway, hashtag Penguin Nation. Peace.